Hey Zachary, this is Keaton Everett from ABC going over your pitching video from the spring break camp. We're going to go and just kind of talk about some mechanics, what we're seeing in the video, and kind of some improvements we can get. You know, especially at your age, just all about getting ourselves in the right position. So once that strength comes with age, we're going to be able to deliver the ball consistency and with the power and velocity. You know, you just aren't going to be able to get that hip-shoulder separation, that torque, at this age until you get that coordination, that strength later on. So all we really need to make sure you're doing is getting consistent, working on your hands breaking, working on that leg path, and really making sure that we're trying to get as much involvement in our lower half as we are getting out over our front foot. All right. So we'll go take a look at sort of how you're setting up. So from the wind-up, usually just to limit movements, I like to see guys, instead of stepping backwards, backwards you're just shifting your weight back, you're wasting your momentum. We don't like a whole lot of body movement. We don't like a whole lot of unnecessary movement. So if we can go from stepping back to just stepping off to the side, that's going to be a little easier to get that front foot in front of that rubber, because as you see when you turn here, you're almost on top of the rubber. All right, we want to be out in front a little bit, or in front of that mound, so we're not worried about slipping on the plate or on the rubber or anything like that. We're just able to get more consistent stepping out to that side, and then that foot doesn't have to travel from back here and up and around. It'll be able to travel from right here. It's just an easier movement, more consistent. So I'll just make you yourself clean everything up and make you be able to get this hip and knee back a little bit farther. All right, we want to get these back in a little bit farther position so we can get our hips going forward. All right, you do have a good hip path. You're driving those hips forward. All right, you're just staying back a little bit too far with that spine angle. We don't like to see a whole lot of angle that way. We want to see that body, that good posture, standing straight up, so we're just more consistent. All right. Another thing that you can work on too, that doesn't involve a whole lot of strength, is matching up this elbow with that front elbow. All right. You want to feel like that your elbow's doing the work, not your glove. You want to feel like there's a string just pulling up on that elbow, so you can get it and match it with that backside. All right, so then that glove just doesn't stay below the belt. We want to see that glove up above the belt a little bit, so your elbow can rotate down instead of across the glove. Now what you do really well is you do fix this glove out here over that front foot. It's one of the best I've seen, especially for your age. Keeping that glove out there is great, because now that allows our body to get forward. It allows us to release our pitch a lot closer, and it's just a lot better position. So that's really good that you already have that fixed glove position going on. Okay. One of the biggest things that you're going to be able to do, hip shoulder separation, that torque, that'll come with age. All right, you're rotating your hips and your shoulder at the same time, but you're young enough where that's how you got to throw it. All right, so we won't really harp too much about working on that, but just we want to get that back hip through the zone first, and then that upper body turns. But that's like I said, just a strength issue. So what you can start working on, and what you'll see in this next pitch, all right, is working on that follow through, using more legs to push yourself and drive yourself out over that front foot. All right, looking at, looks like your foot's just rotating on top of that rubber. All right, we want to get that leg out there farther. We want to land out here farther, drive everything farther down the mound, so we're able to get out over that front foot, use those legs. Okay, so as you're releasing, your back foot is just staying on the ground. All right, we like to see the back foot on the ground as we're releasing, but once we release, all that energy should be driving up through this knee flexion, straightening out, so we can get out over that front foot, so we're driving through our back leg. All right, here you're just keeping that foot on the ground, not following through. And you'll see it again on this next pitch. It's even more pronounced that you're coming through, and also see here when you're stepping back, you kind of fumble right here, kind of fumble and stop yourself. All right, that's because you're crossing that foot up, and you have that chance of kind of tripping yourself up. So that's why you like to go to the side too. All right, so now we're going to go back and look at again how you release it. Here you get out a little bit farther, which is good, but you aren't driving through that back leg. You just let this back leg collapse down instead of driving through everything. So then you don't even release, your knee almost touches the ground. We want to see you drive through that ball, so now your front body is going to finish out over that front foot, swing that leg up over the back, swing this leg up because you're driving so much over the back, and that'll help you once that leg hip strength comes to get more of that torque. So we got to finish a little bit better, and that's something that you can work on, just driving through your legs more and just being able to incorporate that lower body a little bit more. And another thing you do here is you do get out farther, but watch where your glove is this time. Remember that first video, that glove was perfect out here, and now look where it is. It's tucked back in there. All right, so that time, that pitch you just pulled off early with your front side. You let that, you didn't, that glove, that elbow is almost, I think it's a little bit lower than that first time. So now you're just going to rotate early with that front side, and that's what's causing you to fall off. That's what's causing you not to get out over that front foot. All right, so the more we can keep that front side closed, get that glove out a little bit longer, you're going to finish out over that front foot instead of kind of falling backwards. All right. All right, so we'll go back and I just want you to show you these two different releases and these two pitches. Here we can see that ball is released back here. All right, getting through those back leg, getting that stretched out, you're going to start releasing the ball. That's going to come off your fingertips out here. We want to feel our hand driving down on top of the baseball. We want to drive everything downhill and not from back underneath. Okay, so we're just going to go back and just look at the difference in your foot strikes. All right, so here's your first one, and then we'll go back and look at your other one. So you can just see a little bit of difference between each one. Just that glove. There's so much of what that glove does. This glove doesn't do anything of throwing. It doesn't create torque. It doesn't create velocity by pulling on the glove, by doing it one way or the other. All it does is just works on balance. We kind of want to have everything nice and balanced, keeping us in a nice, powerful position. All right, so just work on getting that glove up and just finishing your pitches. Every time you're playing catch, every time you're pitching off the mound, try to really get out over that front foot and really feel that balance and finish, almost like you're trying to reach down, touch the ground in front of your foot or something, reach down and finish through, and then keep going through and, try to touch a spot down here over on the ground, something to help yourself get that body on over that front side. But anyways, overall, pretty good for your age, and like I said, strength's a big part of pitching, and coordination, that's going to come with age and make that stuff a lot easier. But if you can just kind of focus on getting consistent and getting that finish and that follow-through a little bit better, you're going to be on the right path. So hope you have a great season this year. Thanks for coming out to camp. Hope you had a great time, and we look forward to seeing you again with ABC.